Planning on playing a
That's all
Elf
I
Street
need.
Sam.
Ooh, Street Sam, lovely. That is all I needed to know.
Meet
So we have Sherlock Holmes and Harry Drushton are unfortunately not here.
And not the same character, oddly. Alright, let's start us off.
Yeah.
Rayo, your character wakes up face down in the ocean. You can remember nothing. You don't know where you were yesterday or the day before. You don't know where you are right now. You don't know who you are. All you know is that you can't breathe. And you're floating in the ocean and you're looking down through the depths. And you can see all these lights of like underwater submarines and drones going by, and a lot of pollution. Actually, now you think about it, your mouth tastes like shit, and you're just coming through, and you're starting to feel like a burning in your lungs because you can't breathe. Obviously, facing down the water. So what do?
Well, at this point, it would be instinct to simply turn myself around and get it so I can breathe.
Alright, you do that. Give me a stamina plus willpower check.
And this would apply to the physical limit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Although it's weird because it's willpower, but...
Stamina. I don't see stamina on here. That would be body.
Did I make a mistake? Oh, sorry, yeah, body. You're right. I'm stupid. I played too much White Wolf games.
Oop.
I'll do /roll 76.
Yeah, I know. I just... that is a...
Not a botch. Very close to a botch. Alright.
Thought that was a glitch.
Yeah, glitch. I'm sorry. Like I said, too much White Wolf. Anyway, you managed
White
to...
Wolf is awesome.
Get all the water out of your lungs while you're rolling over. And you can see like lights far away on the shore. There are actually lights surrounding you completely, like on the edge of the shore, but there's some lights that are really close compared to the rest of the lights. And I guess you start swimming towards the lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Head towards the light.
Alright, it takes you about half an hour to get back to shore. And when you do, it's like, it gets dirtier the closer you get to shore. Until you can see, like, really fancy cars going by. You almost get ran over by a speedboat. And you can see, like, neon lights flashing. And you see one sign, you realize you can read. It says casino on it. And there's a crowd of people on the sidewalk that goes right up to this, like, very carefully sculpted beach. And they haven't noticed you yet, but you're washing into shore.
Sweet, sweet land. Here's $1 million question. What do I currently look like anything at all?
You don't know.
I don't have a mirror and it's too dark to see.
And, you know, the water is not exactly calm.
Crystal is not, yeah.
If you could even see yourself in it, you know, in the best of times. You don't know. You put your hands up to your face. Give me a... guess another memory check.
This would be at a -2. This would be logic plus intuition.
I'm going to say
Memory.
no because you're...
That would be
isn't before. You're not remembering to before the incident. So just a normal memory plus logic.
so 7 plus. Okay, 10 dice. Not there, not there. No.
Okay, you glitch.
Wow, we're getting a lot of glitches tonight.
Yeah.
You think you're in your natural, actual face, but you don't know what that is.
But that's helpful, especially considering that I don't know anything.
Indeed.
So, pretty much time to stumble off of the beach.
Okay.
Well, out of the surf anyway. I don't want to get swept away.
As you're pulling yourself out of the surf, your AR links come online as it reconnects to the local grid.
Oh, that has to be disorienting, just
Yeah.
being swarmed by advertisements and spam and all that lovely junk.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like you're pulling yourself out of the water. It's like, do you need some soap? How about a rubber ducky?
Dismiss.
Yeah. And I hope people start looking out to the ocean because they can see your icon pop out too. But they can't see you yet. So you're still in the surf, kind of moving with the surf.
hmm
What do you do?
Well, I'm trying to get out of the surf, trying to drag myself out of
Are you
it.
you going further onto shore, or are you going like along?
I'm going to go
dark
along
area?
it. I'm actually going to go along it
Okay.
until I'm away from some of the people.
All right. So you stay in the surf until you get to. It seems like this area of casinos goes on for a long way, but you get to a bunch of docks that are closed in by some shrubbery and a boat dock building, and you pull yourself up there into darkness and try and get a hold of your senses. You're still having trouble remembering, but you notice that you have one contact in your AR. And you don't know why it's the only contact you have, but it is.
What's the name of the contact, or is it just listed as call this?
It's probably like call it in case of emergency.
Alright, then. Might as well tap the icon to get that.
Alright. So the call is like trying to connect, going beep, 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 beep. And finally it does connect. And you see a face of a... Let me look at your character sheet for a second. Okay. You see the face of a middle-aged man. He recognizes you immediately and says, "Jane, you made it out. Are you okay?"
What? Who are you?
I'm your rigger. You don't recognize me? Alright, dude. You just offered me 100,000 credits to break you out of that place. What's going on?
I don't know.
You don't remember this. It's like typical. Listen, you're like, where are you? Have you got the money still?
Alright, that would just be a quick look at pretty much Google Maps, or would it be Horizon Maps? No. To find the address and
Of the
what
whose
else
map?
do I have on me?
Oh, where you are, yeah. You can get the GPS location from him. It's not really Google Maps, it's just
It's
everywhere it has AR tags. and you just get the closest AR tag and tell him you're there.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I can pick you up. Try and stay out of sight.
Not a problem.
And he does.
Yeah.
He hangs up. Alright, give me another logic plus memory test. This one is at -2.
Okay.
Alright.
Man, it just seems to love the ones.
Yeah, but this one I'm going to say, it succeeds enough to know that you recognize this guy, but you feel vaguely untrusting of him. You don't know why. He says he's your rigger, and you think that's true, but it's not. It doesn't sound right. And you pat yourself down, and you do find a cred stick on you, but you don't know what's on it. It's
All right. So right now I'm at a dock, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely sharp implements there. This is just me trying to think. There wouldn't happen to be any, like, knives around there, like to say, get the fish.
No, but
But
you could
then again,
probably...
there aren't any fish in the Gulf of Mexico now.
Yeah.
Or
You
the
could
Gulf of
probably,
Mexico.
break off a piece of metal off the boat dock and make it into, like, a shiv.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Might be some mutant fish.
But those ain't good eating.
You could probably use one of those as a knife.
I probably could, but then
Check
again...
your leg and see if there's one hanging on.
I do so. It's not.
You find a leech. Okay, so are you just going to stay there?
Pretty much I'm going to do that.
Alright, so after about 10 minutes, another speedboat drives by, and you see the guy in the speedboat that you
I'm
talked
kind
about.
of hiding the shit from him. So
Hmm?
it's kind of the
You're
shiv's
hiding
in the
the
back
shiv?
pocket.
Okay. And he pulls up to this speedboat, and he's like waving at you. Come on. You look like shit.
Yeah, thanks for noticing. And I'm pretty much going towards him now, though,
Okay.
trying to hide wariness. So.
Do you have any sense motive ability or anything?
I have no awakened ability, so...
Hold
I
on.
think sense motive is attribute based now.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, it is.
Let me go through the skills. There should be some kind of skill
Let's...
to read his behavior. Let's just look at your...
Page 152, judge intentions. It's charisma plus intuition.
Alright, yeah, give me one of those.
Yeah. And that is, I think this actually goes under the social, limit now.
Yeah, it should be.
Yes, it does.
What is with these? Alright, bro.
You're probably not going to roll that
hold
many
on.
successes
Can I
anyway.
spend an edge to change that?
Go for it. You want to re-roll it?
Yeah, that would just be one edge out of plenty, so
Alright.
that would just be spending one edge, because this is my first time just playing Shadowrun, so...
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
No, that's-
successes. Oh, you re-rolled all of them.
You wanted me to re-roll all of them?
You only re-roll the ones you did not get a hit on, right?
Oh.
So we'll just forget the last two. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits and 3 misses. So you got 5 hits.
Okay.
I don't think it subtracts like in previous editions.
Yeah, I don't think it does either.
So it's just 5 hits. So you
Yeah,
see
it'll
him.
be opposed by this guy's con, I think.
Right. You definitely succeed. He's a fixer. He's not too good at lying to you. He sees you as an easy mark. He's looking at you kind of warily, like he doesn't know what you're going with. You know, like he doesn't know if you really don't remember what's going on. But he has a story and he's sticking with it.
Right, so I'm pretty much going to be heading towards him now.
Alright, you head towards him. He's like grabbing the boat dock with one hand and leaning over on his boat with the other.
I'm kind of going to stumble into the speedboat, kind of trying to. I'm just getting into the speedboat.
Alright, you get into the speedboat.
One hand, kind of in your back pocket.
Alright. He's like looking out on the beach to see if anyone's watching you guys, but they're not. At least, nobody with eyes. They might be watching you guys all over VR for all you know. But he's like, okay, and he gets back in the boat and he drives you back all the way across the bay. You guys go around some tankers and there's some security overfly that he has the paperwork, so they're not interested in him. He gets all the way back to the. There's a compass on the boat, so you see he's on the west side of the bay, and he parks in kind of like next to a giant oil pipe.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's closed right now, but it's about 100 yards high. It's a huge pipe. It takes a huge ship. I guess what they do is they just unload the whole tanker at once.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually quite a bit of traffic, but not this one right now. So he drives up next to it, and there's a dock for all the service boats, and he docks his boat in one of them, and gets out and starts tying up his boat.
Yeah, I'm going to slip the shiv out of my back pocket and head up towards him. Now, who are you?
You really don't remember.
Yeah, the shiv's kind of hidden.
Alright, he's like, my name is Stargazer. That's how you would know me. I'm a fixer. I used to send you on Shadowruns, but 4 or 5 months ago, you disappeared, and
What?
you started sending me weird messages about how you had this great new job, but you couldn't talk about it. And then last week you told me you needed to be extracted, and I was like, okay, fine, I can send some Shadowrunners out to get you. And we came up with this whole plan. And I haven't heard anything from the other Shadowrunner team, but the backup plan was for you to just go out through one of the exhaust, the waste exits of where you were. This giant oil tanker that you somehow snuck on. But yeah, apparently you jumped off the oil tanker. But I haven't heard anything. It's been like 2 or 3 days. I'm surprised you're still alive. You want to make another sense motivation?
Yeah. Well, this would be another judge intention.
Yeah, judge intentions.
Oh, this is better.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, okay. You don't know why, but it sounds like he's telling you the truth. But on his face, He's like obviously lying to you. He's like really worried you're going to realize he's lying to you.
First, you were a rigger. Now you're a fixer. Who was I?
Who were you? I don't know. No, I just set up jobs for you. You were always really secretive. Don't you have, like, all your records and stuff?
Nope.
No.
Gone. Don't know how.
He's like, let's get you back to my place. Well, you cleaned up, and we'll take a look at that, your comlink and see what we can find. He's starting to get really worried because you're not saying anything.
Out of character, this is just me being
Oh,
weird.
okay.
Not much experience with vocal RPing, so
No, I understand.
yeah. Alright. But I just have one more question. Do you know what the job was?
What job?
The one that I apparently got set up on, that I had to be extracted from.
No, man, you did not tell us. I was pretty upset because I've been your fixer for a long time. And you just, like, didn't even tell me you didn't want jobs anymore. You just disappeared off the map, and your old team didn't know what to think.
When we get to your place, show me the mail. Show me what I got given you. Please.
He's okay. Alright, I'll do that.
Thanks.
Alright, he takes you, he's got a nice little sports car kind of thing, and he takes you down to a more upper class residence. Is there some radio going on? Alright.
Sounds like it.
It's a little bit distracting, sorry. Alright, I know what's going on here.
Yeah, you can just go into the toolbox and mute him, actually.
Yeah, where is that thing?
Yeah, hang up toolbox, you see the shifter things,
Yep.
and it's just a whole lot clearer.
That's why I got that, actually. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, he takes you back to his place. It's in a upper scale high skyscraper, and nobody bothers you. He's got like his own back door elevator and everything, so he must be pretty well off. He takes you into his room. It's like there's not very many windows. Like, there's some windows at the very top. It's kind of like someone made a bunker at the top of an apartment building. And he takes you
That's
in
a
there.
funny thought.
Yeah. He takes you in there, and he sits you down on a couch and gets you some clean clothes, and there's a mirror there you can look in.
And, yeah, gonna look into it. Because,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like somewhat young man with gray hair. Parts of your body seem to be glitched out. as in like they look like they should be a face, but they're not. And then when you're looking at that, and you're starting to dry off and warm up a bit, you see more AR tags pop up all over your body, but you don't have control over them. They're like password protected or something.
Alright.
So while you're doing that, the guy brings you some clothes and says, "No, you should fix your face."
It's like a dull look. What?
Like, people don't look like that. You know, you can fix it. Just try and concentrate.
It's like, dull look for a moment, then, what the heck, give it a shot.
Alright.
And then,
Give me another logic plus memory test.
alright.
One
That's-
success, yeah.
Mm.
Okay. I guess you can't remember the password. So you're stuck in this face right now. And he's like,
Again, I could spend another edge, since...
"Do you want to?" Okay, go for it.
yeah. Since I'm pretty much kind of...
You need to remember something, right?
Oh, yeah. So it's ones I didn't get a success on, so...
Yeah, so 10d6. Alright.
So 4, 5 successes.
You do remember your password. I'm going to leave it up to you what that password is. It's actually pretty complicated. It's a decent 16 alphanumeric password. And you put that in, and you see all kinds of windows pop up, and like some visual face recognition goes on, and it sees the guy you're with, and a window pops up and says, "Do not trust this guy. He pulls this shit every time." But you see like all your faces now. You can switch your face to whatever you want.
Does quote Stargazer's face have to be one of them?
Sure.
Alright, just a good thing to know. I'm pretty much just going to switch into a generic female face for now.
Okay, so you're Jane Rowe.
Yeah. Rather
Alright.
than...
A Jane Rowe.
Yeah. Rather than a John Rowe.
Yes. Okay, it's like, He's like, I see. And he takes his equipment and backs up a little bit.
Stargazer, can you stop lying?
It's probably a better idea at this point.
Stargazer, are you scared of me right now?
I've seen what you can do when you're pissed off.
Oh, I'm not angry just yet.
What do you want to know?
First off, I want to know why you're lying. Second of all, I want to know anything about myself. Please?
Well, I can help you with the first part. Like, this has happened before. I was just in my boat, and I pulled you out of the water, and I gave you a job as a Shadowrunner. But every so often something seems to glitch out and you can't remember again. But you did something a couple of times back, and now this trick is not working anymore.
What trick?
The I pretend it's all happening again trick, where, you know, I mean, these lines worked on you 3 or 4 times, but you always seem to have the money on you. I think this is going to be the last time I pull this trick.
Stargazer, I think I'm starting to become a little bit irate, but I'm not quite sure why.
Look, I gave you the money back last time, and you haven't given me any money this time. So, it's all good, right? I saved your butt again, right?
I'm pretty much going to be pulling out the credit stick now.
Okay, he's like, ooh, money.
Sorry, I just had the mental image of Stargazer like wagging his tail at the talking about treat, talking about a treat.
He wants some money, man. He always is. He's in it for the money.
Yeah, I can easily get that scent off of that guy.
Listen, I could like hook you up with the old Shadowrunner team you guys were with before.
Names?
I don't know. Yeah, I can give you names.
Now, please.
He gives you the names, but I haven't thought them up.
Yeah.
They're not your current team. You know, I assume you ditch this guy and go with a new fixer because this guy's a
Yeah.
scumbag. But he gives you some names. It was mostly a group of street Sams that did protection work.
So pretty much only protection, and that's pretty much what they were equipped for.
Yeah, you probably were doing like the close-up fighting.
Yeah.
While there were probably a couple other close-up fighters and a sniper.
So pretty much street stands.
Yeah.
Pretty much blow anything.
And you were the
doesn't
face
get
to
their
keep
way.
them out of trouble until they got in the right position.
Yeah. Right.
Alright, I muted him too.
Now that's kind of trippy,
A little bit.
but it does sound kind of futuristic if you think about it a little.
Yeah. That's a good sound. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute him real quick. All right.
yeah. So he gives you all the information. He's like, you're like looking through your AR tags, and you get the same information because it confirms what he's saying. You think that the rest of your team is probably dead anyway,
Yeah.
because they weren't the kind of guys to stab you in the back, even if they were just, street Sams.
Mhm.
But he gives you some clothes, and then he tries to get out of the room.
So he's out of the room now, right?
Yeah, if you let him escape, he's out.
Yeah. Now I'm going to pretty much set the cred stick on the table nearby and step away a little. So, you said I didn't pay you last time, right?
Well, last time, yeah. You figured it out just like you are this time.
There's your payment.
All right, thanks.
Should be enough on that for the next one.
Yeah.
Well, for this one as well, at least.
He walks over to the cred stick and, he's like at first he's like really tentative, then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna just act like I deserve it, and he takes it and picks it up, and
And then I put my hand on his shoulder.
okay, he stops, like freezes, and looks at you.
You wouldn't be this scared of me if you didn't know what would happen if I got really angry, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Now I'm getting the feeling that I have cause to be angry right now. Like there's just some things that you're not telling me.
Man, it's
Am I
all
right?
about the money. That's it.
So there isn't someone out there waiting to kill me, since obviously I wouldn't be that profitable to you anymore, right?
No, I don't kill my employees. Listen, I'm not saying that I made some enemies, but no one. I mean, look at you. Nobody can even know what you look like.
Well, that's true. I could be just about anyone. And then I switched to his face, including you, correct?
That's just creepy, man.
I switched back.
I don't even know where you got that. I didn't help you do that.
Something tells me I've been around you quite a little bit. And that you've done some things like this before.
I told you, man. This is like the sixth time.
And not in a good way.
Well, yeah.
The smile goes away.
But we had some good times.
By the sounds of it, also some bad times. Show me the records that you have on me.
All right. He agrees to show you on the records. He takes you over to one of the walls in his room, and he puts his hand on it, and like a green beam of light shoots over his hand from inside the wall, and then the whole wall just lights up with like think of it like a giant contact list. It's all of his fixer connections, and he's like waves his hand around it to get out this, very, very, very expensive list of connections. And you see he types in Jane Doe, and maybe like 50 pictures show up. He's like,
all of them of different people?
All of them was there. Yeah, basically different people.
And just about everyone in my face list, it seems.
And they're all like, they all are variations on Jane Doe. He's like, listen, I don't know your name, and we never figured it out. But these are some of the faces that you've worn when I've contacted you. And he touches one of them, and you see like a 3 or 4 month list of jobs and successful payment, completed mission, blah blah blah. And it looks like you started off. You probably went through 4 or 5 different teams now with this guy. But it all started about 5 years ago. And there's, you can go through there and see all the information he has about you. It pretty much correlates with your own personal files. But there is that point like 5 years ago where there's nothing. And he hasn't been able to find anything. Except for one guy. And you guys just found out about this guy a couple months ago, and you haven't contacted him. But you guys think that he knows who you used to be.
Do I get a name, face, metatype, anything? What?
I don't remember. I know it's one of the other player characters.
Ah.
I remember we had that conversation.
Yeah, I think that was going to be the Harry Dresden one, right?
I think so. But I haven't talked to him since.
Interesting.
But yeah,
hopefully
he's
still in there because, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he's still in the game, and we can work out that together. But I haven't talked to him, so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
let's see here. Did you have any information about your character? You really have nothing at all?
Yeah, finally meeting there. I'd actually written down, except for a few specific contacts, but
Okay.
damn.
So you'll find those contacts.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You can
I was
fill in.
deliberately keeping it vague,
Yeah.
since the who am I flaw.
Well, you still know who you are, but you do have some history, right? So your character learns about that history,
Yeah.
and I'll try and think more about what I could do with that 5 years.
Yeah.
But this is the basic outline of what happened. You've kept your character keeps basically getting killed, and nothing seems to permanently kill him. Like, his cyberware is just too good or something, or he's
So
just
pretty much I'm like Vamp, but
too
with...
damn lucky.
So I'm pretty much like Vamp, except I don't get to keep my memories.
Yeah, if you die, you forget everything. At least that's the pattern that's happened in the past.
Yeah.
And it looks like you'll eventually start to regain memories over the last 5 years, but not before that. So this guy that knows you from before then could help you, figure out who you are.
Alright.
Alright. Okay.
Just one more question.
Sure.
Do you know where any safe houses of mine are? I get the feeling there should be some. At least somewhere.
He's like, I know where one of them are, but considering that we put you out of the ocean, I would not trust that one. I think you have more, but you don't tell me about them.
Alright.
Are they in your AR?
One moment, I'll be right back.
Okay.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Too nerdy for school.
Okay, let's see. I think I actually might just roll memory again to see if it is in the AR, or would there be another thing?
You don't need to roll memory to check your personal notes. Now that you got your password. What do you want to know?
Pretty much if there are any other.
Yeah, you probably have 3 or 4 other safe houses.
Or which one would be kind of the closest one?
Let's see. Do you have them written down, or do you want me to make one up?
How about you make one up, since
All right.
I don't really have the notepad that I've written down on with me.
All right.
Either that or it fell apart.
Your character has a girlfriend in the Horizon Plaza. She runs a small store of a fine selection of machine guns. And she knows who you are. You know, basically knows who you are.
So I'm guessing, how recent is this relationship?
It's currently ongoing.
I mean, is there any way for me to know from when to now that it was?
What do you mean when to now?
I mean, has this current situation happened before with her? Translation, have I lost memories with her?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Oh, fun.
That's probably the closest one. If you don't want to get your hands in that mess. Let's think here.
Likely be one in a kind of slummy area, I think.
Yeah.
And there's also the Mr. Rogers persona.
Oh, poor Mr. Rogers.
That would likely be in a...
Where is Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? I haven't decided that yet.
I don't know, but I gave him middle lifestyle, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers. You look at that, you don't know what you were thinking. What was I thinking with this personality?
Well, actually, this one would be a cover.
Yeah.
Since, honestly, this character wouldn't know Mr. Rogers.
Oh, I mean, you see them there in your AR. It's like, this is one of my faces. What? Okay, but a good...
Old man.
A good, slummy location, you have a, old abandoned garage at the corner of some street. Let's see, I will point to it.
Here, let me switch back real quick.
And, down here in the bottom left.
So, pretty much right around there.
Yeah. You have a little garage safe house. It's all boarded up.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody goes there. It's not like industrial or anything. It was a residential area, and they closed down the apartments there.
Alright.
So there's maybe some squatters there, but nobody gives you any shit.
Yeah.
Especially if you look like a squatter.
Yeah, which I'm kind of assuming I do now, just a squatter who had managed to rob a vending machine to get some clothes.
Oh, he gave you some halfway decent clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that might be a good place to head to, and maybe send to send the GF a message.
Oh yeah, okay. What do you want to send her?
Who's going to answer that in the text, since my insanity is kind of running high if this thing keeps jumping around. Okay. Would I know how I usually end the message? Never mind.
However you want, man.
Yeah.
I'll come up with stuff for your character, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it's up to you. You know, the nuance and stuff of your character.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think you forget who you are so much.
Too much
You can
is
slip into, you know, your different personalities, and you may not know which one is you, but
yeah.
you remember how to act in them.
All right.
And
Yeah. Only one
yeah.
high functioning psychopath in the group, it seems.
Oh, I think everyone's gonna be kind of crazy.
Oh yeah. Especially the street samurai. Holy cow, the street samurais. I'm joking, man. I'm living on street samurais. It's just gotta make them have jokes. So yeah, time to squat with the squatters.
Okay. I guess you go back there. I didn't have anything planned past that point.
Yeah.
Want to get some mystery out there. And I thought you actually were going to have another rigger as a contact, but I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah, I thought I would, but apparently mine kind of got
I guess you preemptively kicked him off the list.
let's see,
Now we know
disemboweled.
why you kicked him off the list.
Yeah.
He's kind of a jerk.
Well, honestly, maybe the last rigger was one that wasn't so much a jerk, but managed to crash the car into a street lamp, wrapping the car around it while launching him out of the window at a high velocity and hitting into a stuffer shack and landing in the deep fryer.
Do you actually do this?
That was the last rigger. But no, not this current one. This one I might actually reshuffle them around to get it so that I have him as a contact.
Okay.
Since I haven't killed him off yet.
No, I'm sure you would have killed him by now.
Yeah, it was kind of there. Desire. But then again, riggers,
Yeah.
fixers, they don't really do much when dead, so I'm going to shift things around.
Alright.
Maybe take some off of...
The chat boxes.